only so much I could like take.
For Kendall, I just want to make him feel secure. Obviously, I see it from his perspective, and I do get it. So, hopefully I can redeem myself. I don't want to.
Hey guys, welcome to Little Blackbird 91. It's your favorite relationship and dating coach as always. Look, today we're talking to you guys about Hannah and Kendall, who you just saw on the screen. Look, can I be honest with you? When a woman is willing to disrespect you on several occasions within a short space of time, it's not necessarily because she's an overall disrespectful person, but she's disrespecting you specifically. And the reason why is because she doesn't feel you. She doesn't like you, she doesn't feel you, she doesn't want you, but she's unwilling to be true to herself. So she's passive aggressive in the way that she's actually subconsciously sabotaging the relationship. Now, she can sit there and tell us, oh, I didn't think about it, I didn't know what I was doing. But sis, you knew, because we are all conscious beings, right? You knew, because more than once. Okay, and so in that situation with Kendall, Hannah is disrespectful to him because she doesn't like him, and we know that because earlier on in the earlier episode, she told us that, you know what, I'm not really sure about him, and really and truly, her kind of language was actually indicating that she wanted to go elsewhere, but there was no other options. So when Hakeem came in, the bombshell, when another party came in who she was feeling, it didn't take long before she said 50-50. And now she backtracked on a 50-50 quotation and actually, no, that's not what I was actually saying. And now all the lying and the gaslighting and the feigning and the pretending all starts to come out. You know why? Because a lot of times with women, they are afraid of the social consequences that will happen if they say no, right? This is nothing to do with him. Nothing to do with the man. Is that a lot of women are used to playing in this area where, because they can't really say no directly or they're afraid of the consequences, they try to play on that area and be passive aggressive to get out of a situation. Because really and truly, this needs a direct conversation. Kendall, I'm not really sure where I am with you at the moment. I am 50-50. Hakeem was interesting to me. And literally, we saw you rejected Hakeem. He tried to kiss you, right? But you said you'll give him a kiss later on. So we know that you were lacking Hakeem a lot. That's why when Hakeem and him were talking later on, there was a lot of conversation. But we're going to break it all the way down, all right? So listen, if you're somebody right now who's in a dating phase and you feel like, you know what, you've experienced something similar, you're unable to really tell the truth to your partner, you're unable to really be direct with your partner, I want you to reach out to me, because I'm the kind of person that's going to help you, and I'll tell you the truth. I won't lie to you. You know what I mean? We keep it a buck and we keep it real. Okay, all right? So listen, we do a lot of coaching around this kind of conversations where it's about being direct with your language and not being so passive aggressive or being passive, and your behaviors not coming out as being passive aggressive. This girl here, Hannah, ended up choosing another guy. The guy who she quote unquote didn't like, ended up kissing him in a game and said, "Oh, it's only a game," but understands that how optics look like. We all are. We're grown ass individuals. We know what optics looks like in a relationship. And if you're one of those people too who always say, "I didn't know, I didn't mean it, I was subconscious, you know what, I wish I could have said it a different way," then you need to reach out to me, because we're here to help you. Okay, why suffer? And if you're a man too, listen, like Kendall handled it really well. If you're somebody who struggles with handling confrontation and you're not really like to confront people, especially women, then you need to reach out to me, because there is a way to do it. There is a way that you actually have to handle yourself and regulate yourself, so this doesn't become a much more bigger issue than it needs to be. Okay, all right, cool. Let's get into this video. I'm going to break down a few things as well. Let's start from the very beginning, because I think Hannah is a little bit of a game player. Not only is she a game player, but she's a manipulator. Okay, all right, and people not that she's a manipulator. She's got manipulative tendencies. Okay, all right. When sometimes certain women don't want to take accountability for when they've done something, they tend to do certain things that will remove the accountability. Okay, all right. And one of the things that she did was, I call it the tactic of a certain demographic. They start to use the white woman tears. Okay, let's look at this. Let's look at this situation here.
Hey. No tears for that. No tears, okay?
Like, I have to go with,
Okay, so she had made a decision that she was going to go with Kendall right there, but actually Hakeem called her out earlier on. Now, I didn't like what Hakeem did. I think it was a bit of it was a very, 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 how do I say this, sassy move, right? There was no need for him to do that, right? Now, let me be very real. She starts crying here, and we know why, because it elicits sympathy. Meanwhile, she knew she had lied, and she knew that she wasn't telling the truth. Okay, all right, but she going to suddenly develop these tears okay, to get the sympathy from Kendall. So now Kendall's all like, okay, don't worry about it. Don't waste your tears on the situation. Like, it shouldn't be that case, right? But remember, she doesn't feel Kendall like this. She keeps saying she does, but she doesn't, because her behavior is showing us what she really feels, okay? So her crying and bending the truth about Hakeem and now crying onto Kendall. Okay, all right. So she ends up doing that, right? Then her next move is to now move into a stage where she's gonna apologize for what she did the night before, because she knew she was wrong, because she said 50-50 about her and Hakeem when he didn't know. Kendall didn't know that she was 50-50 because she never told him that. She told him, "Oh no, you're my number one." So he never felt like it was gonna be 50-50. So she a damn liar. So when she starts crying, it's really and truly, again, in a sense of to elicit sympathy, and it's a manipulative move. Now let's go.
Because I feel really bad, and I want you to know that I like you. So, good morning.
So cheers.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
Let's go.
Okay, so she, as she said, she filled up breakfast, and really and truly, can I be honest with you? The breakfast ain't for him. It's for her. It's for her to feel better about herself. Because see, certain women are not comfortable being the bad person, because they go through life knowing. A lot of women go through life thinking that. A lot of women go through life as men as the villains in their lifestyle, and like men as villains in the story. So they're not used to being the bad person. When they're the one that's doing wrong, all of a sudden they don't know how to handle things. So this little breakfast weren't for him. The breakfast was to ease her guilt that she felt, because remember, she's already lied. She hasn't told the truth. She's twisted it. And now she's crying because she wants sympathy. And now we developed a little breakfast for the man in the morning, right? Meanwhile, what's about to happen later on? Okay? Now, another thing that happens when people don't... And you have to understand as well, why does I say this? It's because she's not being true to herself about how she actually feels. She doesn't want him. She's not convinced by him. Not that she doesn't hate... Not that she hates him. Not that she dislikes him in the worst way. But it's not her type. Or rather, should I say, she's not convinced by this man, right? There's something lacking in him. Rather than being honest and have a conversation and actually discussing it, she's playing about. And it's seeping through her behavior. So the subconscious is seeping through the consciousness, okay? All right, let's have a look. Look at this feel.
My number one. And I'm sorry about yesterday. Honestly, 50-50 was a stretch. It wasn't no damn 50-50, but I don't know why I said 50-50.
Don't lie. You see, now you're lying again. And the reason why she's lying again is because she's trying to draw the boy back in again. Oh, I don't know why I said 50-50. It's a stretch. It's not a stretch. Because you know that you liked Hakeem. You were about to kiss him. Okay, well, at least you didn't want to kiss him, but you said you were going to kiss him later on, right? So why are we now pretending to say 50-50 is a stretch? It's not a stretch. It really was what you felt at the point in time. And so now we're backtracking. Again, we're really being dishonest to ourselves and being dishonest to him. Again, this is why I say you should reach out to me for the coaching. If you see yourself in Hannah, where you backtrack and you don't tell the truth about things, you need to reach out to me. Now, so she's now backtracking, saying, no, it wasn't 50-50, but it's too late. It's already gone out. She said it in a speech. Everybody knows she said 50-50. So why now is she turning the story around when she's privately talking to Kendall here? Because she wants to emotionally draw him back in again. She sees that he's drifting off and wants to bring him back in again. That's the manipulative behavior we're talking about, right? Sees him going off and scared that her safety on the show is in question. Let me bring him back in again, okay? All right? Okay, so then there's a temporary reprieve, and I want to go to this part here, okay? This part here, because boy, oh boy. Listen to this.
Back of my head, I'm like, I still have some concerns.
This point, moving forward, I'll tell you everything, I'll let you know 100% how I'm feeling, and I want you to do the same as well.
Okay, so she's like, oh, I'm going to let you know everything that's going on. I'm not going to, I'm going to be very honest with you. And do you know what happens? When you give people grace, especially people that disrespect you, when you give people grace and they disrespect you, right? Two things can happen, right? They can generally change, because the Bible talks about how the gospel is grace, and we generally are transformed by the grace of the gospel. But there are another set of people, right, who don't change and become hardened of the heart, right? So there's not. Let me say this: parable of the sower, Mark 4. In the Bible, right, where it talks about the parable of the sower, and what it says is, some people, the seed goes into the ground, but the thorns soak it up, and the seed never grows, right? Some says that it falls on hard ground, and a bird comes and takes it away. Some falls on another ground, and the sun scorches it, right? And what it's saying is, in a sense, is the ground was never good enough for the soil, for the seed to be able to germinate in this ground and become this tree. And it's very similar to people when you offer them grace. There are people in this world that when you offer them grace, they will change, right? They will change, but it's only temporary. It is not a full lasting change. And the reason being because their heart is not in it. Their heart has never been transformed towards you. And so Hannah hasn't been transformed towards him. You know how we know that? Because the chick goes on and does something absolutely wild and mad, right? And it's acting as if she doesn't know what she did. Okay? All right? Let's have a look. Okay? We'll have a look. A little bit of naughtiness.
It's not being transparent enough. Don't take offense, because
Oh.
the boy.
Sorry. Okay, I went a bit early. I apologize. I went a bit early. Wrong clip. I'll play in a second or two. She now has a choice to choose who she's going to want to be, who she wants to kiss. Now, who do you think she's going to choose? Bear in mind, Hakeem, and there is... Hakeem is a guy she said 50-50, where she said actually it wasn't 50-50 because she likes Kendall more. This is after the conversation, by the way. After breakfast. After you've already said, I'm not going to do this again. After you said, you know what? I like you. I want to show you that I like you. After saying all of that, look what she's about to do next. Okay? Hakeem is in the wind. Right? Okay, let's have a look.
I'm targeting is Hakeem because I know he misses me.
I was like, what?
She wants to target Hakeem because Hakeem misses me. No. Why didn't you throw the water over Hakeem? Why didn't you call him the fake islander? Why did you have to be the part where you have to kiss somebody and be underneath a waterfall and you have to choose Hakeem right in front of Kendall? Yeah. Because he misses me. But the task is inclusive of you kissing. It's not like you're throwing water over them. That would have been understandable. But you said he misses you. Are you projecting here, Hannah? Are you projecting that you actually wanted Hakeem, but you couldn't be real enough to choose Hakeem? Right? And not being real about your actual feelings. And so now we've got a situation where you want to go and end up kissing Hakeem. Hakeem even looks like he's surprised.
Is going on?
He looked like he didn't want this.
I feel like I'm getting pranked.
You are getting pranked. Okay? Now, listen, she probably likes the muscles, the black skin. In fact, he's strong enough to lift her up and carry her. She probably likes that. Okay? Probably likes that a lot. Let's be honest. Okay? All right? Likes that a lot. And unfortunately, my brother, she is in a world of madness. Now, the last part I want to talk about, obviously, is last little bit is what happens here because the ladies ended up, because she knows she's wrong. Look what's going to happen.
Give us a second, give us a second.
2 minutes, and then can we talk?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
Wait, no, afterwards.
Wait, yeah, when you're done.
Yeah, for sure, we'll talk after.
Now, the ladies tried to run interference because obviously Hakeem was talking to Kendall. Now, if you weren't guilty, why would you run interference with Hakeem and Kendall? Because you know that they're about to talk, and when they're about to talk, they're about to tell the truth about your actual behavior. See, that's why the Bible says abstain from all appearances of evil. Because see, if you've got a girl, yeah, and you move in a particular way, you don't want them to ever talk about you in any particular way. So abstain from the appearance of evil. If it looks like it could be evil, don't do it. You know what I'm saying to you? Like if I have a girl, right, yeah, I always say this, like if I have a girl, you can have my passwords. Because obviously what I do, I'm on YouTube a lot, I'm on this and that. Like you are, quote unquote, however big you are, a bit public. I don't need a situation where people are going to try and get at me. My girl can have my passwords. If you end up talking to me and saying some mockeries, my girl's there, bro. You fight her, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm not involved. You know what I'm saying to you? Like, I remember my uncle always said to me, like, yo, like, I remember he said his Facebook, his wife used to have, he said, listen, I don't play with it. If you message and you say something stupid there, you'll meet my wife there. Please, I don't play with them things. You see, as a man, you have to build things for yourself. Now, as Hannah's done here, she hasn't done that. She decided to try and play and be stupid with it, and it's caught her up. And the last little bit where she did is she tried to play on it like she didn't know what she was doing. Baby, you knew what you was doing. Okay.
Hakeem.
100%. Like, that's on me. Like, that's fucked up on my part. Like, I don't have any interest in the guy. Like, after yesterday, I'm like, that's it for me. Like, I know where I'm at. Like, you're the guy that I see. I want to.
Yeah, he ain't gonna trust that woman again. Kendall ain't gonna trust that woman again. I effed up. I know after yesterday, you're the only guy for me. Well, Hakeem didn't do anything bad to you, baby. So what made you choose him? What made you choose Kendall? What made you think that Kendall's won now suddenly? Nah. You see, sometimes you have to offer people the present of goodbye. Sometimes you have to offer the present of goodbye. Sometimes you have to offer the present to the person of goodbye. And having said that, listen, if you're somebody in the dating phase right now and you need a bit of advice, maybe you need somebody to back up some ideas with, maybe you're going through something right now, then please reach out to me right now. Listen, if you're somebody who doesn't respect their man right now and you feel like you want to quit that relationship but you're not sure how to quit, then I'm your guy. I can talk to you about how to get rid of that guy, unfortunately, because you don't want him. It's clear you don't want him. Okay? And we ain't going to pretend like you want him. Okay? All right? Because you're not going to be passive aggressive about it. Like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay later. We'll see you again.